Okay, we are going to make a basic pie crust for the lemon meringue pie. Would you like another grape? Just hold tight. There, that's the one you took a bite out of.
This chicken tastes like dry.
I just ordered dry.
Freaking fried chicken.
Okay, this says 2 cups of flour, a teaspoon of salt, and 2/3 of a cup of chilled lightly lard or shortening.
And that chicken's overcooked.
And 2 tablespoons of chilled butter. So 2/3 plus 2 tablespoons is almost a cup. So I always put half as much butter as flour. So this is how I do it. Because my measuring skills are not very good. And since we're gonna make an apple pie also.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's 4 handfuls. So that'll
Do we
be,
have baking powder, baking soda, or butter?
yeah. So this is about half of that, right? And it's not very cold. If it were cold, if it were frozen, you could just take a potato peeler and you could go across the end of it and potato peel it. Might be too much. Butter. Oh, I didn't add flour, salt. Okay, and then my mother, when I was young, we used to use 2 knives together. There's the cameraman. That's one way to stay out of the picture. Look at that. He's taking care of you.
This is a well-practiced technique.
Uh-oh, here it comes. This is really better when it's really cold.
I'll give the commentary.
You'll do the commentary?
Yep.
Please don't use the F word ever again. That was not funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
You're a teenager.
It's like a butterfly moth.
Okay, and then if you use...
Proceed to chop the butter into large cubes.
This one's mine.
Then mix in
You
thoroughly.
use one of these things, a pastry cutter.
Do I have one of those?
Not yet. Do you want one? You'll need one.
For all my leek pie baking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it.
Okay. The idea is you want to make them into pea-sized pieces. And if you keep taking the flour over the top of it, it helps. Sorry.
This looks like
And
butter.
also supposed to stay very cold. It helps us to do this in the winter. I always have frozen butter too. Let me get you a... Maybe we need a bigger bowl. I think I sent most of my bowls to the dump. Because I decided I'd given up sugar and I was never ever going to need a bowl again anyway. No wait, this is the bowl. Here we go.
Yeah, that works better.
Hey!
I'm getting the moth.
You don't care about the moth.
It won't focus.
We are doing a demonstration here, Abraham. Gonna
Continue
be
to
entitled,
mess around with the bowl of stuff until it's mixed.
No, until it's bits. Until it's bitty.
Till it's bitty.
I don't remember.
But you try not to touch it, because if you touch it, it warms it up.
So mix all of your stuff without touching it.
Yeah. If you can just intimidate it into mixing itself, all the better.
If you get the flour out of the sides.
Be sure to have a helping hand available.
That's right! Always call Mother. Oh, he just left. The thought of calling Mother was too much for him. Okay. That's probably pretty good, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay, and then what we do is we add ice water.
We need the camera people to see our beautiful consistency.
There we go.
See.
It could be a little more done.
Except
This fan is making strobe lighting.
this is me touching it with my hands like I'm not supposed to. Okay, we need cold water. How much?
I use a cup of cold water. What does it say in here?
So is that like
4
half
tablespoons.
This much?
No, wait. I don't use a cup. 4 tablespoons of water. Cut half of the shortening into the flour mixture with a pastry blender or work it in lightly with the tips of your fingers until it has the grain of cornmeal. Cut the remaining in coarsely until the dough is pea-sized. Sprinkle the dough with 4 tablespoons of water. Blend the water lightly into the dough. You may lift the ingredients with a fork, allowing the moisture to spread. If needed to hold the ingredients together, add 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of water. When you can gather the dough up into a tidy ball, as shown through 639, this is the joy of cooking, of course. Blah, 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 blah. So, I make the water as cold as I can. And then I take a fork.
Making sure it's really pea-sized.
You're doing an excellent job too. Then I add this, usually I just do it under the tap, but the idea is that you mix it while you're putting water in.
Fingertips?
Yeah, not with this part.
Oh.
You do this and you clump it while you're adding it, and you don't want to get too much in there. And then it'll kind of make itself into a ball, then you've got enough. I usually do it under the tap. Because when I make this, I usually end up with using about a cup of water. Sometimes you can mix vinegar and an egg and fill it with water to a cup. Okay, that's good.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a ball. It's not so
And
much
then you
ball.
gather it into a ball.
Need more water. Look how floury it is.
But you have to gather it into a ball with your hands. There's enough in there to do it. I guess I should come over here with this. Looking right over your shoulder. But you don't want to warm it up too much.
How do I gather it?
As a hen gathereth her chickens. Some of it fell out of there.
So next time you have a gathering,
Mm-hmm.
what do they do?
You don't want to heat it up.
Well, I have to. I can't gather it.
But you mustn't, you mustn't.
Well, how am I supposed to get it into a ball?
Okay, so we'll have to mess up my table. We'll have to put flour on my nice new table. Because I don't have a fabric.
Okay, it's kind of a ball.
What? Okay. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so you get a ball that's too big. Okay? And then you're going to sort of make it into a flat ball. And then, this is very important. And then you make sure you've got a well-doughed place, and you can also